Hey guys, it's Hannah here and I am back today with part 2 of my declutter series, and today we are talking all about the cheek products, the blushes, the bronzers, the highlighters, the face palettes. And there's a bit of movement here. There's a little bit of movement here. I love colored makeup. And I feel like I go through base products easily. It's easy for me to kind of justify keeping a lot of them because I know I'm going to use them. Cheek products, it takes you a whole lot longer to get through. I just hit pan on my first cream blush ever. I have panned in, I think, 2 of my highlighters, but still. Panning cheek products is not something that I'm particularly good at, but I love them. But I also don't need all of them. So let's have a look at what is currently in my collection and what is going to stay there. All right, cheek palettes. A nice condensed area of my collection, but it's also because I don't often reach for them. We have 3 of the Sigma Disney 1 Trio 2 Duos, an Hourglass Ambient Lighting, Dior Highlighting, a Westman Atelier Duo, and Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. The easiest one for me to declutter is actually the Sigma Beauty and the Beast palette. The Lumiere highlight is just a little bit too dark for me. Beauty Within goes quite bronze, and Something Sweet is just fine. It's not something I need, though I don't need most of this. Alice is really pretty because it's got a really nice cool toned blush, and then a really pretty soft highlighter, and then Cinderella's pretty because it's got a coral, which isn't something I have elsewhere in my collection in a matte, so I'm going to keep those 2. Hourglass is just really easy if I want to travel, but I don't often travel, so I say that as I'm about to go on a honeymoon, so therefore this is a perfect thing for me to take with me. I'm going to give it 1 more year and see if my travelling decreases even more than it currently has, but I really like this. The Dior highlighter palette is absolutely stunning. It is the rose gold version. Yes, the rose gold version. And I use these for, this is obviously like quite a pink tone, so I don't use that one. But these 3 I do, and it's gorgeous. This is my most used. Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow is well loved, and for good reason. The bronzing tone is really fantastic on my skin, and the highlight is just nice and subtle, so we'll keep that one. And then the Westman Atelier is the newest to my collection. It is the contour in Biscuit and the blush in Petal. And I think this is actually something I'm going to wear on my wedding day, so that's going to stay as well. Alright, bronzers. And I feel like I always forget when I get to this category that I need to remember that I have this bronzer. This is a contour. This is absolutely a contour. But I have this bronzer here. So 10 bronzers, technically 11 when I include this. 3 of them are cream, and all 3 creams are staying. We've got the Rare Beauty Bronzer Stick. This is what I am panning this year, and honestly I think I could probably finish it this year. Maybe that's a little bit ambitious, but like, I'm all the way down there. That's pretty good. I could see myself panning it. Then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand.
Oh my goodness me. Wow. Good job, Hannah. What did you eat?
A cheese toastie and a bowl of ice cream.
Wow. Not the cookies and cream ice
nope.
cream. Okay.
No, I'm not that dumb.
Didn't think about that.
My guts seem to think I am.
It seems to think you have the cookies and cream ice cream.
Then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. This is just new in my collection, so Still trying her out. Definitely I wouldn't say cool toned, but definitely a neutral toned bronzer there. And then the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer, which is absolutely gorgeous, in the fair shade. Yeah, in the fair shade. I've really been loving all of those. This is where, again, somewhere that it's very hard to get rid of the oldest product in my collection because I love it so much, still so much, but it is oh so old. It is oh so old. But I still don't think I can get rid of it. I can't. It's honestly, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And I still reach for it. Sorry, not sorry. My Gucci bronzer is also not going anywhere. This one's a really good rosy toned blush, which is nice in the winter when it is cooler. L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear is a great one. I really enjoyed that for a little bit more warmth. What can go is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. This was just a little bit too pigmented for my liking, a little bit too much for me. The MAC Light Rosy is really pretty, but it can also go. If I'm gonna reach for a bronzer, I'm gonna pick these, to be honest, these 4 over this, so it can go as well. The Milani I do really like. It again is that more neutral tone, particularly compared to something like the L'Oreal. But if I'm reaching for the more neutral tone, I'm going to go for my Pat McGrath. So there we go. 3 bronzers out of my collection. So I now have 4 powders plus the duo and then 3 creams. Alright, I found another bronzer. This is MAC Give Me Sun, which is like super warm. So I'm actually going to let that one go. I'm going to keep the Milani because I can. So there's that. This is really difficult. I found my NARS highlight palette in here, which I need to remember, and I also need to remember my Dior highlight palette in this one. The NARS highlight palette is actually going to go. I've kept this for the packaging for so long. It's a really beautiful formula, but I just don't reach for it. And when I'm reaching for a highlight palette at the moment, it is the Dior, so this one can go. I have my 3 liquid highlighters, because you know I somehow am in a liquid highlighter phase at the moment. I'm actually going to keep all of them. We've got the Say Glowy Super Gel in Sun Glow, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in 2. I actually haven't even used this yet. And then the Oak Glow Lust in Morganite. They are a new kind of product I've gotten into, so I'm going to keep all of them. This is really tricky because I'm sure a lot of these swatched out look very similar. So I think honestly that's what we're going to have to do because I don't want to actually get rid of any of these, if I'm being super honest. Like, look at the pen on that pen on Berlin Girl Glow. Like, that is impressive.
Very impressive.
It is impressive. Let's get all of these out and swatch them out because this is going to be a tricky bit. So, I have 3 kind of themes here. I have the goldy, I have the champagne-y, and then I've got the pinky. And even when I go goldy, it's not like super gold. So we've got the NYX Bright and Butter, which is like super bright, kind of goldy. Then we've got Ozone from Nabla, which is like champagne-y, but still warm. Oh, they're very similar. I definitely don't need both of those. Then we've got MAC Double Gleam. which is kind of like a combination of those two. So like technically I should only need one of those three. The newest is the NYX, but the Nabla and the MAC are both that baked gelée formula that I really love. But I really liked the NYX one. But they all just look like beautiful shimmer on my hand. And that is what highlight does, but you know, they're all quite similar. Looking up close, I'm gonna, the Nabla or the MAC? Which one is gonna, sorry NYX, I really thought you would be the one NYX Butterglow product, Buttermelt product I kept, because I liked you the most, but you look more metallic than sparkly, which is not what I do for my highlighter. Alright, we have to come back to the MAC and the Nabla because that's going to be tricky. Alright, then we've got the kind of more champagne-y side. So we've got Laura Mercier Baked Highlight 01, which is just so beautiful. And this is so old. Like, this is so old. Like, in terms of how old it is, I shouldn't have it. But it's so beautiful. Then we have Natasha Denona Super Glow, which runs a little bit more on the pinky side. Nope. Never mind. Honestly, I need to compare. Okay, never mind. I need to join Natasha in with Nabla and MAC, I think. My hand's not in there. Then we have the new Dior Golden Halo. Which is basically the same as the Natasha Denona. This was just a terrible idea because I don't want to get rid of any of them. And I'm just seeing that I have all of the same. Oh, I don't know what to do. Alright, and then in the pinkies we've got the Tom Ford Rose Iris. Yeah. And the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow. Rose Iris and Pink Glow. Was that the other way around? Yeah, no, Rose Iris is the lighter one. So they're different enough. I can justify it because they are different enough. However, when I go and put in Mesmerize from Rare Beauty, nope, that's darker, that's still good. That's still different. Berlin Girl Glow is gonna always be unique with that cool shift. Sephora collection and the Dior Precious Rocks. I think the Sephora collection one can go, the Dior's gonna stay. Alright, now I'm back to the 4 that all look the same. 5 that all look the same. And I've got 5 I'm keeping. Why is this so difficult? Alright. Look, let's be honest. This Dior one is brand new. It's not going anywhere. And the texture of Laura Mercier is just unique, so it's going to stay. So, I'm going to keep Dior and keep MAC, and then Nabla and Natasha Denona can go. That was really hard.
That was very impressive.
That was really hard.
No takesies backsies.
I want to takesies back. I caved. I threw Natasha Denona super glue back in because I want her. Blush, 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 blush. Yeah, and another challenging area, but let's go through it. Heaven's Glow blush in Baroque. She's gonna say she's a really gorgeous kind of neutral blush, but I will get rid of the Magic Hour one, which is the kind of peachy one, because yeah, get rid of the peachier one. I am officially going to say goodbye to the now broken, because I pulled off the wrong end of this, because yeah, well, good thing I was already saying goodbye to it. This is Colourpop Floating Lights. I love the artwork on this. Like, honestly, now that it's broken, I might just steal the cover and stick it up somewhere, because it's gorgeous Rapunzel artwork. But it is a ridiculously bright pink blush that I've just kept because it's Rapunzel. Dior Rose Glow in Rosewood. Absolutely stunning. She's going to stay. I have my 3 MAC Glow Play blushes. We have So Natural, which is the neutral. We have Ginger Luck, which is the newest to my collection and the deeper. And then we have Blush Please, which I have been panning this year. And while I'm not going to get rid of it right now, I am going to finish off the year with panning it and then declutter it at the end of the year. So that is going to be what happens with those 3. Then we have Buxom Seychelles. This is, ooh, again, a really nice kind of cooler blush, but I do want to compare it to Pillow Talk, because I think they're quite similar in tone, and I don't need both of them. Oop, I definitely got way more of the highlighty bit than the outside bit there. Hang on. Yeah, so Pillow Talk, I got more of the highlight, so it's lighter, but Buxom can go, Pillow Talk can stay. Then we have Gucci, and the little bit of sun that we had is disappearing very quickly. We have the Gucci blush in Rosy Beige. This is a beautiful cool toned blush. Let me actually compare that one to the Alice in Wonderland. I think they're going to be quite different. Not too different. Let me swatch them. Ooh. Actually, the Alice can go because that's quite bright. So that is the Alice in Wonderland Sigma Joy. That's going to go as well. Because that is quite bright, but that is way more neutral. Then we have YSL. If I'm going for something a bit more bright, it is going to be this kind of neutral pinky tone here. I've already talked about the Charlotte Tilbury. MAC Warm Soul is a nice sheer peachy shade. NYX Buttermelt in Feeling Butter is going to go. That is not what I thought it was online. It is ridiculously pigmented as well. I made it work, but I don't want to. Rare Beauty Hope. They're both Hope, right? Yeah. So this is the powder blush in Hope. This is super shimmery, and I have to be really careful with it, otherwise you do get super highlighter face. So I'm going to let go of that one, but I am going to keep the new Soft Pinch cream to powder formula. This again is super pigmented and you need to be careful, but when you get it, well, now that I know how to use it, it gives me a very similar look to the Dior Rosewood, which swatches absolutely terribly, but yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Pat McGrath Flirtatious. Here's the next one as I wipe my hands off. This is a super pretty neutral pinky tone. It's staying, as is Natasha Denona My Mini Dream. Hourglass Mood Exposure is my coolest toned blush. Let's compare this. Yeah, no, it is it is staying. We have the Half Magic Cheek Fluff in Pink Mushroom. I'm going to keep it, but I have almost hit panning it. So this will be the blush that I pan next year, I think. The Odin's Eye Solmani Sunlight Lover Blush in Sienna Luster. Like the Ray Beauty, this is just too shimmery. This is like eyeshadow as blush. Super pretty, but not what I'm reaching for. And then finally we have the Patrick Ta Not Too Much blush, which is a cream and a powder duo, and that is going to stay. All right, that's it for blush.
You did alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a duo.
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy. For you, that's pretty.
And that was it. That was my declutter of my cheek products. I'm okay. I'm glad I got some things out of my collection. That Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighter though. Oh, it's staying. Let me know what cheek products you are loving at the moment. What kind of formulas are you enjoying? I've definitely tried a lot of blush this year, but I've really been enjoying trying a lot of blush, which is great. But I'm also still that girl in her highlight era. I love a good highlighter. So let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and click subscribe. We still have eyes and lips to go. So stay tuned for those videos. Bye guys.